Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony here, and welcome to Tony's second internship final report. As I have a quick review about my hotel. So I was working in a courtyard by Marriott Hong Kong Sharding. It was located in the Sharding area of the Hong Kong, and then it has 524 rooms, and then it is a 4-star hotel. And Courtyard Marriott is one of the brand of the Marriott International Hotels and Resorts. And for myself, I was working in the health club department, which is included the gym room, the swimming pool, and also the sauna rooms. And then it was doing some kind of management with my boss. And then at the same time, I was gladly promoted by my supervisor, and then I was have a course training experience in the actual service department, which is the call center operator. It was a good experience for me to have a kind of a course training in the hotel. Me to talk about the first objective I have set before the internship. So the first objective I have set is to try to train myself to get the new trends of society and also the hospitality industry. To meet this objective, I'm trying to know or alert what the guests they are mostly prefer frequency in their stay or before their stay. For example, when I was working a call center operator, the guests they likely to have a pre-service before they stay in the hotel by using some of the phone apps such as the Marriott Hotel apps. For example, they likely to use the app to tell to our hotel that they would like to stay in the high floor, or they want to have more towels or slippers inside the room, etc. I think that this is a good objective because it lets me to alert more about the guests. Talk about the progress, I think that this objective is very successful for me because it trained myself to pay more attention to the guests and brings me more challenge to my work. I think that this kind of objective is more useful for me when I was studying 3rd year, some of the marketing subjects, and also for the future is very useful. Objective I've set is before the end of the internship, I can have a basic knowledge of sports and leisure industries. To meet this objective, I've go through all the duties in the health club, including the operation and management with my supervisor and my colleague. The progress is very good, and I was knowing before the start of the internship, I was know nothing about the sports and leisure industry. Till now, at least I have some basic concept about the leisure industry in the hotel. For example, when the guests they are very interested about membership in health club, one of our duties is try to sell to the guests. We need to talk to the guests about what facility inside the health club and how good is our facility is, and also is compared to in the center outside of our hotel. And I think this kind of information I've learned is can be one of the reference to my study when I was studying in 3rd year the international resort management. First objective I set is before the end of the internship, I can have a well ability to use the OPA system to handling the duties. It's simple to meet this objective is to try to keep use the OPA every day, every time, every hours, keep practicing. And if I not understand, I try to ask the boss and my manager. The progress really goes well, and my boss trusts me and let me to do the health club settlement to the accounting, because the settlement job every day we need to do it, and it's very complicated because a lot of numbers and lots of the transactions. At the same time, in call center operator, I will use the OPA system. They have the reports to do the morning wake up call with to the in-house guests. I think that rarely using OPA is a very benefit for myself in the future career, as we know that most of the hotel in the world they're using OPA to become their daily working system. Even some of the hotel they didn't use Opera. Is the system they use is very similar to Opera. After the internship I have done here, I know that every department in the hotel they even use Opera. For example, the housekeeping they need to check up the rooms, they use Opera. Even the finance they need to do the settlement, the numbers transactions they use Opera. Even to engineering and the security also use Opera. So I think this is very important, and these skills are very useful. Concluded 2 points which I think that is really important learning for the internship. And the first point I've learned is to think with the different side. If you want to provide a good service, you should send it on the guest side, because if you send it on the guest side, you can see a lot of shortcomings of the service you provided to the guests. And one of the directors told us that the guest requirements are usually simple, which is if you makes the guests they feel comfortable, and you are a good service provider. The point that I have learned is to keep the skills and information upgraded. It's better to know more from your work and also out of the work, because every day is you need to facing different kind of situation. Something situation maybe you don't have any good solution to handle it. It's better to keep the skills upgraded, because firstly it's better for yourself, and secondly is you raise up your competitiveness, and you don't need to stand backward of your team. In kind of hotel they provided some of the tools to assist the trainees and also the staff to learn some of the new skills and also new ideas. One of the good activities I want to mention is the 15 minutes training and discussion daily. In these 15 minutes, the manager and the staff they will share about the new ideas, the new information to the colleagues, and also they have some of the duties reminder, and also have some of the new skills to teach their colleagues. And also in these 15 minutes, the colleagues they can have a way to share about their opinions about the policy of the hotel, and have some of the ideas. They can also tell their boss how to change the hotel policy well. I think that this kind of activities led me to learn more about different views and also have different ideas. I want to sharing a case with you, which is a working conflict between call center and restaurant. Recently, they have some of the arguments between our call center colleagues to the restaurant. The reason why they have the arguments because they need to call center operator. They need to take a lot of reservation calls of the restaurant. And then the main job of the call center colleagues is they need to take care about the in-house guests, the requirements, and also to take care about the information inquiries of the outside guests. And now they need to take a lot of reservation calls. Mostly this kind of calls should be handled by the restaurant colleagues, and now they didn't. So the workload of our call center colleagues is become increased, and now they have some of the arguments between both of them. Arguments between the department to department are usually happen in the hotel due to different reasons. In my opinion, the reason why the arguments between the call center and the restaurants happen are into two reasons. The first reason is the level of staff of both restaurant and the call center. This is a really common problem of the hotel in the world. The second one is the management problems of restaurants. As I know that is they are only hostess and the manager they will handle the reservation calls. The other staff, other waiters, they didn't handle it. This is a big problem because the management team they didn't separate the authority or the workload to the other staff well. This makes that the staff they didn't have time to pick up the reservation calls. In this case, I have two suggestions I want to give back to the hotel. The first suggestion I give to is to arrange the staff from food and beverage office to in charge some of the reservation calls. As we know that the food and beverage department is formed by different teams, not only the restaurant teams. At the same time, we have a catering sales team, and also we have the banquet and events team. I think that if the catering sales team and also the banquet team they can in charge some of the reservation calls, firstly they can reduce the workload of the restaurant colleagues. At the same time they should have a responsibility to in charge the business of the restaurant, because if they are the same food and beverage team, they should help each other. One suggestion I want to give to the hotel is to try to create a website for the restaurant reservations. As now the information technology is well developed, it should be used to benefit both guests and the staff. So I suggest the food and beverage department, they can to create a reservation system to the guests. The guests, they can use this system to reserve the restaurant tables by themselves. Firstly, standing on the guest side, they are more convenient to reserve the table, and secondly, they can reserve the table by themselves. Then they don't need to call the hotel, the restaurant, and then the restaurant staff, they can reduce the workload of the restaurant colleagues. This is a both win-win situation.